forgot my light. Let me get that. All right. Let's go with this color. There we go. That's better. Okay. Hey, everyone. This is Ryan Howe with Small Business News. Excited. Really got a good one for you. It's pretty interesting. It's from fastcompany.com. It's about why leaders shouldn't focus on creating corporate culture and instead what they should be building, which, we talk about community and everything. It's really important stuff that I talk with my clients all the time. With that, for those that don't know, this is the program where I share just some of the information I share with my clients every single day. A business coach who works out of West Michigan and around the country, and I hope to earn your subscription. So with that, let's get into this here. All right, so we've got why leaders shouldn't focus on creating a corporate culture, as I mentioned. What they should be doing instead. It's again, Fast Company links. They're going to be in the description, so go check that out after we're done here. It's pretty interesting. So this is by Harvey Deutschendorf. He's an emotional intelligence expert. When we get to the end, there's a link to his website, which is pretty cool. So you definitely want to stick around and check that out. Now, leaders often preach about the importance of building a healthy company culture. I think all my clients, we talk about that extensively. Understandably, companies have historically mainly been primary in building cultures that define and promote their corporate values, norms, and beliefs. While workplace culture is important, it does not ensure that the diverse needs of its members are taken into account. Instead, the typical purpose of establishing a specific corporate culture is to increase fiscal outcomes and grow the organization. Instead of trying, which you see that, right? We want our culture to be great so we can get more people to come buy our stuff, whatever the reasoning is, but there's always a fiscal reason behind it. Maybe to cut turnover, right? They're trying to change it, not necessarily just to make it a better place to work. They're doing it so they don't have as much turnover with their folks. Now, instead of trying to intentionally architect a particular corporate culture, I believe leaders should focus on building a sense of community. Building a community takes a much broader long-term perspective, looking to ensure that its members feel safe, have a sense of belonging, and have the opportunity to develop deeper connections. Next piece here, community organizing and community building frameworks are some of the most effective strategies for improving and fortifying the ways people work together, says Lauren Buckley, co-founder of the Hush Collaborative, an organizational strategy consultancy. However, they aren't widely applied in corporate settings. Now, this is where we start getting into some of the statistics, which are pretty interesting. According to a survey by BetterUp, 69% of employees are unsatisfied with their connections at work. 43% don't feel a sense of connection. When I'm working with clients, it's one of the first things we're really trying to figure out is, okay, what's it like to work here? How well can people get projects done? But mostly, how much do people enjoy coming into the office? I mean, it is work, right? That's why it's not called fun. And there's that aspect. But it's when they come in, what's it feel like? What's the vibe is really what we use right now. It's like, what's the vibe here? And it's important to understand that because that's where those numbers come from. I mean, it's almost 3/4 of employees are unsatisfied with their connections at work. So they're spending a third or more of their day with people that they have no or bad connections with. That's just not a good way to go through life in general, right? And then 43% don't feel a sense of connection at all, which is definitely troubling. 2/5 of your workforce are not connected to you in any way. And what that does is when you have that lack of community, as I mentioned earlier, people are more likely just to up and leave. If all you've created is a transactional environment for your employees to come in and work in, the chances of them sticking around, it's pretty low. Someone else is going to put more money in front of them and they're going to leave because all they're getting from you is a transaction. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's keep it rolling. See here. And while some in higher management don't feel the need to make meaningful connections at work, research suggests they're incorrect. If the mandate for leaders across the board is to be data-driven, we are ignoring a very large data set that proves focusing on initiatives that improve employee experience exceed both top and bottom line growth goals. And with the clients that I work with, when we do get together and we are able to start implementing some of these, it's what I really liked about this article. We do intentionally many of these steps here. So I've learned a little bit. I'm going to share with that as well. When you do this right, not only is the business just a better place to come to and spend your time and invest your time, the top and bottom line goes up. It's just been shown to be the case. Let's go check out these. Community increases employee engagement. Building a sense of community within organizations helps build connections between workers. We get shared experiences, getting to know one another, and discussing shared values as well as differences solidifies a sense of togetherness. This results in more collaboration, absolutely, less time spent navigating conflict for sure, and a greater sense of purpose. Community creates a broader, more solid framework for developing a cohesive workplace and culture, which is focused around the outside benefits that organizational success can provide. Community boosts mental health and wellness. This is absolutely 100% correct on here. When you find your tribe, your mental health comes up. When you are not surrounded by members of your same community or tribe, it's stressful because they don't think like you. You don't think like them. You don't know how to react. Your initial thoughts are nothing like theirs. It's a challenging environment to be in. So we want to do our best to build those shared experiences within your organization that are good, cultivate that sense of community, and strengthen that tribe. And for the record, these practices that I'm talking about here, I have done consistently across all the organizations I've worked with, but even before I was a business coach. By the way, if you want to learn more about how I help businesses grow, go check out summitbusinessguides.com. There's a link to it in the description. When I get in with companies, this is the first thing we go after because we got to get the right people in there. And if we have the right people, we got to make sure that we are supporting them in every way we can, Okay, next spot here is going to be community creates ties that bind. Sorry, I'm going to turn off that subscribe thing, guys. It just keeps popping up. There we go. That's going to go away. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be spamming you with subscribe. Although if you did, awesome. Cool. Thank you. Now, community creates ties that bind. Organizations are continuously looking for ways to retain their top employees. Feelings of connection amongst employees helps them understand they're an integral part of the organization. Such people are more likely to remain within an organization. That's what I was talking about at the beginning there. When you have that sense of community and you're part of the process, the actual workings itself, it's more difficult to leave. If all you've done is create a transactional work environment, folks are going to be leaving, and the next spot here results in less turnover. And that's something that I've had consistently. Again, I mentioned when we get this right, turnover drops down. I mean, it drops down dramatically. Folks do not want to leave. They found a place where they're welcome and they want to stay there. So that's what you want to focus on. Then we got community builds strength and diversity and inclusion. Absolutely. The best places that I've worked in, they have had completely diverse culture, every single color on the palette, every single creed, everything, every single culture you can think of was all put in together. But we were all collaborating. Everybody was humble, and we understood that we had to work together in order to be successful. What we implemented was something called abundancy theory. If everyone is doing well, then we all do well. So when we would see somebody struggling, we would make the effort to go over and help them be successful. So real quick, I just want to go down to, that was it for the article here. But I want to make sure we go down to the author here, Harvey Deutschendorf. I'm probably butchering that, but it's got to be close, right? Deutschendorf, right? Is an emotional intelligence expert, author, and speaker. Go check out his emotional intelligence quiz over on theotherkindofsmart.com. I'll put a link in the description for that as well, too. And with that, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I earned your subscription today. Take care, and I will see you next time.